looked up to when I first started on YouTube, and that kind of motivated me to want to go ahead and start creating videos. There's a ton of them, and before I even start, I want to say, you know, I couldn't give an inclusive list that, you know, every channel that I watched that motivated me or inspired me, but there's some, you know, right offhand, and a lot of them are bigger channels now, but I'm going to start with one that's bigger than I am, but, you know, not a huge channel, and that's Dan over at Home in the Sticks. You know, I was watching his channel when he had, you know, 800-900 subscribers, and I just enjoyed his channel. I was happy when he, you know, hit 1,000 because, you know, Dan's you know, just a real genuine person, a veteran like myself. When I see a channel creator and I know they're a veteran, that really, you know, it inspires me because I know we've traveled the same path, and that, you know, tends to inspire a little bit more loyalty. You don't have to be a veteran for me to be loyal to you as a friend or another creator, but, you know, it just inspires me to see them want to do well. And, you know, Dan's just a great person. Even before Dan, there was another Dan that inspired me, and that was Dan at Plant Abundance. And I think he actually, you know, told me the words, you know, Rob, you should, you know, start up your own channel and videos and show what you're doing. And Dan's a bigger channel. I don't really keep track of you know, subscriber numbers or anything like that, but I'd say Dan has 70, 80, 90,000 subscribers, and just a great man, and, you know, a lot of good knowledge. You know, he's in a different planning zone than I am, but just the way he delivers and interacts with folks when he does comments, you know, that Dan and his wife, Alice, just great people. And, you know, I like the way they shared information, you know, to help people to garden and to show things that could be done in their food forest. And, you know, just really good guy. So aside from those two Dans, there's another guy, and I don't know if this guy Joe from Homesteadonomics, if he considers himself a homesteader or a DIY guy. I don't know. I don't think he would put a label on what he does, but he does a ton of construction projects, you know, DIY projects. I mean, great skills, and he's a firefighter. He's not a construction, you know, specialist or working in a construction field. He's a firefighter, and, you know, just does these projects as hobbies on the side. And I'm sure he's got over 100,000 subscribers now. But again, I really don't keep track. If I watch a video, I might notice it at the time, but it's not something I really dwell on. But, you know, Joe's a great guy. You know, he does things, you know, his own way. He shows you step by step, and, you know, a great family man too. I remember one of his videos, he was doing something, and, you know, it was kind of a secret to the end, but he was making a frame for his sister to put a picture in, and he did everything, and then at the very end, when his sister gave him the picture, it was a painting or a crochet project, I forget which one, that she had done from a photo that she took of him without him knowing with his daughter. And, you know, just, you know, it makes you tear up a little bit when you can relate to the folks in the video. And Joe's just a great guy. You know, I enjoy watching him. You know, there's lots of channels like that. I like, you know, channels where you can relate to some of what they're doing, you know. And, you know, back to Dan from Plant Abundance, his wife's Filipina like mine. You know, and a lot of the channels that I've started finding, that's the case with them. You know, you don't want to say you watch a channel just for the personality or the commonality, but in all honesty, we do look at that. You know, there are channels that are huge and they're popular, and I'll sometimes watch them, and I'm not going to name any names because, you know, I don't want to offend anybody who is subscribed to these channels. But there are some huge channels that have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're popular, but I don't connect with them in that way to want to go back to follow them or interact with them. Yeah, I like channels. Another one, J0. You know, when I first watched his videos, it was interesting because I wouldn't say me and him have very much in common, but I connected with him because he was a genuine guy. You know, he was showing the way he did things, and he always made a point to say, you know, the way that he does things may not be the right way or the way that other people do it, but, you know, you like watching slice of his life. And that's again why I say, you know, when you watch things, you know, it's somewhat for the personality, somewhat for the commonality or the connection you get with YouTubers. And, you know, a lot of those who inspired me, that's the reason that I said, well, you know, I like these folks, I have a little bit in common with them, I like the way they do things, let me give it a try. You know, and, you know, there's tons of other channels that I watch now, you know, that I have connection to. Louisiana Gardening Family, you know, our family situation has some commonality. Bob Mills Garden, Bob and his wife Melody, you know, we have some things in common, you know, veterans, married to Filipinas. So you watch those, and there's other channels, lots of channels that I watch, you know, that are the same way. But, you know, those first 3 or 4 that I mentioned are some of the ones that I first started watching, and, you know, they started planting that seed that, you know, yeah, maybe I could do this too, and maybe I could be a part of a community that shares, because there's folks in the community like me who are doing what I like to do, and, you know, maybe they can benefit from us and we can benefit from them. So hopefully this is under 10 minutes. Yep, 7 minutes and change. So I'm trying to keep these short so you can watch or not watch. You know, I'm a captive. I can't go anywhere, maybe to the left and to the right because there's traffic. So I'm going to show you one of the things that's interesting. I'm on I-95 right now with my foot on the brakes because my lane is not moving at all. How is that even possible? But that's not the point of the video. So those are some of the channels that, you know, kind of inspired me to start YouTubing when I first started. You know, lots of other great channels that I watched. Again, I don't want to offend anybody by not putting them on the list, but I could spend an hour talking about the channels that I like watching. You know, small channels, medium-sized channels, large channels, you know, Keeping It Dutch, Arms Family, Deep South Homestead, Deep South Texas, Louisiana Family Gardening, Lead Farmer 73, the Barkley Homestead. There's so many channels that I watch, you know, for whatever reason, you know, and, you know, one of the things I try to do is, you know, see if I enjoy a channel. You know, I don't always have to agree with everything a channel does as far as, you know, politics, religion, the way they garden. You know, we're all different, and, you know, it's important to, you know, be with people that, you know, you enjoy being around. You don't have to enjoy 100% of the way they do things, but, you know, I like to live by the 80-20 rule. If I enjoy being with somebody 80% of the time, I can usually look over the other 20. You know, if I can get 80% of the things done that I plan to do, you know, I call that a success. You know, just try to enjoy things, and that's what we do with YouTube also. We try to be with folks and watch folks that we enjoy. So that being said, I'm at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to sign off. If I think of anything else to chat about before I get home, I may do another one in the series, but For now, I'm gonna watch the traffic. So, as always, this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, representing Essayons Family Garden. God bless our great country, America. God bless you wherever you may reside around the world. God bless your garden, your homestead, your allotment, that you have bountiful harvest, your kitchen to have wonderful meals. Share some recipes if you got meals that you want us to see, and we'll try them too. And God bless your family to have health, success, and prosperity. Sapper out.